Good afternoon, everybody. Very good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining in such large numbers. ये जो आपका रिस्पांस इस बार मिला है बहुत ही अच्छा रिस्पांस मिला है एंड ऑलरेडी यहाँ हमें कुछ क्वेश्चंस दिख रहे हैं. किसी ने पूछा है कि इंस्टॉलेशन का सही तरीका क्या है और किसी ने और भी एक दो क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं. But but I will let you know that so there are questions already people are asking. In the now that the present, once we start the presentation, you will see that most your questions will be answered. If a question is not answered, please please register, please write it somewhere on a notepad or something, and towards the end we will have a very proper question and answer session. This seminar is so that we can answer all your questions. आपके सारे, किसी ने कहा है, somebody has said even say in Hindi, तो सारे सवालों के जवाब हमें लगता है कि हमने बहुत सारा इस प्रेजेंटेशन में कवर किया है. आपको काफी कुछ जवाब मिल जाएंगे और अंत में जब जवाब अगर लगे कि किसी आपके सवाल का जवाब नहीं मिला है तो आप ये सवाल तब हमें वापस भेजिएगा. ऑलरेडी जैसे हमने बताया, हमें चैट में दिख रहे हैं कि 5-6 क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी आ चुके हैं सवाल, पर जो भी सवाल आए हैं उनके जवाब आपको मिल ही जाएंगे. इस अब तक के जो मैं सवाल पढ़ रही हूँ उससे मुझे लग रहा है कि आप अब तक के सवालों के तो जवाब हमारे प्रेजेंटेशन में कवर हुए ही है. सो फ्रेंड्स, वेरी सून यू विल हैव आंसर्स टू मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस दैट आई रीड हियर. इन केस आपको क्वेश्चन, इन केस यू डोंट गेट द आंसर्स, प्लीज jot down your question somewhere and ask us towards the end. Again, once again, wish you a very productive International Pest Control Day. And I'm sure this interaction today will be a very fruitful interaction. Over to Mr. Pranav Raj.
Good evening. Is my voice a little better?
It is.
Okay. Right. Okay. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. We'll just go quickly through the slides before I share my camera. Yeah. Please welcome all of you to the technical seminar. And we have been protecting buildings since more than 15 years. TermiPore is manufactured since 15 years now. You can see our contact details at the bottom of the slide. And these pipes we'll be sharing videos later, which are installed since more than 10 years now. TermiPore is one of the most popular methods. It has been gaining traction since a long time now. And we are getting quite a bit of inquiries and people interested in this technology, which is why this seminar was essential. If we start properly and install all our piping systems properly, then there will be absolute standardization in the industry, and that is why this seminar is going to be useful to all of us. Most of you are aware of this piping system, but in general, a reticulation system is a network of pipes which is concealed. And in this, we are using anti-termite pesticide or termiticide. Hence, we call it as a anti-termite reticulation system. We have been instrumental in developing the whole system. So that starts right from the stage you design. We can step in and give you the design of your layout of the piping. And at the same time, we'll also give you all the accessories and the junction boxes, additional pipes, etc. More than that, we pride ourselves in extremely good quality control. So these are some of the reasons where over the last 15 years, TermiPore has been quite successful. Extreme high focus on quality and very, very focused on R&D and product development and testing. So let us look at some facts and data. First, a lot of pest control services ask us that yes, we understand the piping is laid on the soil, but if the soil treatment is done correctly as per all the standards, if you put termiticide in the soil, why do you need to install this? The question is not why, but more what are the benefits of doing this? This piping system is not a substitute, it is an add-on to the soil treatment. So we recommend that as per your standards of the building industry and the pest control associations, please treat the soil as required at the time of construction. However, there are 2 or 3 issues which happen even after you treat. Point number 1, you will have a question whether the soil is only one time or do you have multiple filling of soil. A lot of times soil is filled once and second time and third time as construction progresses, but the treatment is done only once. In this case, termites will come and hence your piping system will protect you from that. The second question is, second time when you will require this is when you will need the post the construction. You can no longer now inject more termiticide in this system, right? But you will be able to do that with TermiPore. If you don't have any piping installed, you will not be able to do any further further treatment of the soil. But with this anti-termite pesticide pest control system installed, you will continue to do multiple year after year, you'll be able to do this treatment. Second question we find is that this is to be done only at the soil level and not at the first or the ground floor or the third floor or the higher levels. Because there is a concrete slab, you don't need to treat termites in the upper floors. Again, we'd like to say that this is not the case. Most of our clients use TermiPore in all the floors simply because all the floors get termites. I mean, you are experts, it's your field, you have seen termites attacking all floors. It's not that it is only on the ground. The reason termites attack all floors is, one, a very, very small hairline crack allows termites to pass through, no matter how small it is. Second, interiors, furniture, plants, plumbing, modular kitchens, etc. All these work which is being done that brings with it different kinds of materials, wood, cement, sand, and that can have termites. So whenever termites attack, you have a ready piping system which is always available in terms of injecting your termicide. As of now, I know in India at least, you have the option of injecting with drilling. You drill, you can inject it, and when termites attack. But with this TermiPore system, with the anti-termite reticulation system, you have a ready-made preventive system like a seatbelt of a car. You don't have to wait for the crash. You just go and inject once in 2 years, 3 years, and that becomes a preventive system. Without the piping system, whether it is on the ground floor soil or it is on the slab or the floor of the higher floors, you do not have any preventive system. You have to wait for the termite attack. Hence, the system is so powerful, so useful. A lot of customers, a lot of pest control services feel that, oh, we have to plan well in advance, we have to talk to the architect, etc. That is also not true. If you get very short notice, well, you can install it. It takes only 1 or 2 days to install. But whether it's at the soil level, plinth level, or whether your floor is already done and you want to install it just below the tiles, or in many cases when the house is already built but the customer wants protection, you can still do it on the outside periphery of the house. Customers feel the life is not much, it's going to disintegrate, and that is where we are doing a thorough testing, absolutely high-end testing at our end. We have conducted the ESCR test, for example, which is the environment stress crack resistance. The results are in front of you. We can share the test reports. Anybody who wants, we can share the test reports with you later. The environment stress crack resistance is one option. The second test that we have done is your accelerated weather test, where we have tested the pipe for about 300 hours in a test chamber. The test chamber mimics your outside environment. Like outdoors, it has humidity, sunlight, UV, rain, etc. And it is equivalent to 10 years of testing. After 10 years of testing, we found that we have not got any reduction in flow rate. There is no disintegration, there is no cracking. So we are very sure that once it's installed in the building for 50 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, there's not going to be any problem. Why? Because we've tested this pipe through this accelerated weathering test for 10 years life outside. If you can see this properties, what we get is that tensile and elongation strength probably reduced by 10%, but it says water flow uniform, no jetting observed, no physical change in rigidity of pipe, no puncture or damage. When you look at the ESCR test, environment stress crack resistance, it is a specialized test which is made to show that in extreme harsh environments, after 5 years also, there should not be cracking. So we bend the pipe and then we check it and say whether there is any cracking or not. It has been found there is no cracking. Then the accelerated weather test is actually meant for rusting of metal. There is no test for our elastomeric pipe, but we tested it and it was successfully passed. We have done the ROHS test, which is your restriction of hazardous substances, which is giving you the peace of mind that there are no hazardous substances used in the construction of this pipe. That gives us the confidence that we can export it, we can install it in the soil without any problem. A lot of you may be familiar with the green label pesticides, marketed by some companies. This is similar to that. So these are some tests that we are spending so much time on, and we'll be happy to share with you the test reports if you want, but their photographs, everything is right on screen with you. These are very, very useful tests which give us the confidence that the pipe is safe, the pipe does not crack, it lasts for years and years, and hence we are able to confidently tell you that this pipe will last for many, many years. Do not worry about it. Just test it on the day you install and you can be sure it's going to work. These are some of the tests that we have done. A lot of you feel that this is like porous pipe or rubber pipes used in irrigation or in drip irrigation. Again, that is different. What you feel is that is a different kind of pipe. TermiPore is made of a specialized material called thermoplastic elastomeric compound. All of you or many of you have asked for the technical data sheet. We have shared them with you. Please send a message through us and contact Zankana or contact on our marketing number. We'll be happy to share that with you very soon. Right? So these are some of the benefits and differences that you see of TermiPore versus any other pipe in the market. If you're using a porous pipe or a drip irrigation pipe, you will see that the tax code they use is different. The tax percentage is different because we also manufacture that pipe for drip irrigation, for subsurface irrigation. But the irrigation pipe material lasts only for 6 to 7 years, 8 years. After that, it needs to be replaced. Otherwise, it blocks or it disintegrates, it cracks. It does not have the weathering or the rigidity or the curing or the catalyst required for the long life and uniform flow rate, right? When you're using anything for irrigation, that is bound to be something with a replacement life of 6 to 8 years because it's easy to remove and then replace. If some part is not working, just cut that part and replace it. Not so with TermiPore. You don't need to do anything with TermiPore, it lasts that long. A lot of people feel that it, drip irrigation or plumbing pipes also work. These photographs are proof. When you combine, I'll go back to the last 2 slides. Just go, these 3 are the most important slides which I feel differentiate TermiPore, its material, our test reports, our R&D background, quality, ROHS, the ESCR, the accelerated weather test, the photograph that you see here is a zoom, 1000 times zoom. So every batch we check, every batch we test. The photograph you see on the bottom corner is with the dials, the pressure gauge. We test every single roll. The zoom photograph is where we check the honeycomb structure of the pipes. We check the tensile, elongation, cracking, right? You can see that the flow is uniform here, whereas if you use any other system, drip irrigation or any other companies, you'll find a lot of, problems in terms of the uniformity. And that's where the main difference is between TermiPore and others. We have uniform holes all across and around the pipe. There are 100 or plus holes. The photograph is proof. And we also, a lot of times, please don't try this. This is just a photograph. This particular slide is not to be used or shared. It is only for our R&D that we have done. But we are sharing this with you. A lot of you feel that, if cement falls, it will block. So we recommend in all our testing that there should not be any cement coming in contact with TermiPore. But the fact is that the photographic proof is in front of you. Many of our clients who visit from various cities, they've come and taken these test samples with them. You insert TermiPore inside a slab of cement and then you inject water or termicide. The whole cement slab also gets wet. The proof is right there in front of you. This particular test sample is extremely compact concrete. In that concrete, we have buried TermiPore pipe and we have let it dry for 20 days as per the curing process suggested for M25 concrete. And then we have injected termicide. You can see that at dry, within 15 to 20 minutes, the whole slab becomes white at very, very, very low pressure. So, and any of you wants to try this on their own, do that. But please do not install it like this. When you install, you will come to the details. You will need sand above and below TermiPore. A lot of people feel, oh, it gets blocked after a few years because the termite, whether you have suspension concentrate or emulsion concentrate, that blocks. Every single doubt that we face from our esteemed clients, our esteemed pest control service partners, we take them very seriously and test them. This is our test areas. We have tested TermiPore in fipronil, imidacloprid, water, air, in soil. We keep testing them, and testing them, batches after batches after batches. We have found that whether you use suspension concentrate or emulsion concentrate, TermiPore does not get blocked. But we prefer that you use emulsion concentrate because suspension concentrate has certain suspended particles. But we test them. What you see, this 3-4 pipes coming out of this mud and sand and soil. This is our test chamber in our plant. So we continuously test and we get consistent result. I'm just sharing one chart and one graph with you of our test results. And please, again, any of these things, if any of you has any doubts, write to us on our email ID. We'll be happy to send you the proof and all the actual documents. But please see this. These are the various sizes. What is the size A, B, C, D, E, F, G? How many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see the time. You can see the chart. After 6, 8 weeks also, it takes the same time. Why do we do this testing? Very simple. If TermiPore is going to last for 50 years. Now, if you inject every 3 years, that means from the first injection to the 15th injection, if you are getting a uniform flow rate, that means TermiPore is working. Now, we don't want to wait for 50 years. So once in every week or 10 days, we inject and we check the time. How much time does it take? How much pressure does it take? And we are sharing the results with you. Already, this is an old chart I'm sharing. We have already tested for 8 injections after the soil has dried, after the slab has dried. So, well, let's say we already tested for 8 injections into 3 years. That's 25 years. And there is no blocking. Our pipes are not rubber pipes with holes. They are specially made TPE. That's called thermoplastic elastomeric compound. If you want the data, the formulation, etc., please write to us. We'll send you the technical data sheet. Extreme high thickness and when you try and bend, you will not bend. These are plates that are available with us. If you need any of these plates, any of these samples to show your clients, you need those cement blocks to show architects, builders, customers, please ask us. We will be happy to send them to you once you write to us. Doesn't bend, it's hard. We have taken TermiPore and we put them with other companies' products, other drip irrigation products, competitor products, and you just put them on a simple slab of tile and you can see the difference. TermiPore remains round. TermiPore is round, it remains round, and it continues to be. I'm sure you can see this. I'm just highlighting it. If you are, this is TermiPore, the rest are squeezed. And we have put a little more weight just to make the effect easy to see. But even if you don't put so much weight, you will see that TermiPore is strong, doesn't get compressed even with your hand. Every single roll of TermiPore that you get, which you buy, you will see a quality reading like this. You will see this kind of a quality reading this is our QC reading on every single roll. And I'll explain the test method. We will cut every single roll that we supply to you. We cut it at every 20 meters or 65 meters. So one roll will have one joint, just one joint in every roll. And that is checked at a particular pressure, at a particular flow rate, and it has to match with our QC reading. So you will see this particular kind of a sticker in all our products, which checks the uniformity. Are we getting holes all through? Are we getting enough flow rate? Every single TermiPore product is checked for 9 quality parameters. A lot of our customers say that, well, there is so many other products, and I ask them and tell them that, see, whatever is designed for a construction industry is what you should use for the industry, for your termite and construction treatment. There are PVC pipes available. All of you in all markets must have seen these photographs. If you go to an architect and say, or a builder and say, oh, the gray PVC is also PVC, very cheap, why don't you use that? And that's going to save you 50% cost. Is any architect going to agree to this? No. They will all say, oh, I want this PVC thick ones, white ones. Why? Because this is designed for plumbing in a house, in a construction. And the gray ones are designed for your irrigation. So very simply put, whatever is designed and made specially for anti-termite reticulation in construction is TermiPore. Anything else that you see in the market, most other things are just used and designed for something else and are not as robust as all the tests and certifications that you see. All the tests that we shared with you are third-party tested in labs, not just at our end. A lot of you feel TermiPore installation is expensive. It's very less compared to the cost of the building, which amounts to millions and millions of rupees. Plus, we have a very, very, very wide range. TermiPore is the largest manufacturer in the world. And I am very proud to say in the world, nobody will give you a range as wide. As of now, we have 10 products for different sizes, budgets, and applications. Most of you are aware of our standard products, which are useful in all sites. But there are specialized products. So as of now, we have 10 products which are ready to go to market, and another 4 or 5 are in development and R&D stage. So we are the largest manufacturer because we understand largest range, because we understand our customers and have such a strong R&D base. You can always get all this information and more on our website, on our videos, on our YouTube, on email. You can always write to us. Our phone numbers are given. We are the only firm which will offer you ready to use kits, the DIY kits. We also offer you absolute free convenient. Let's say today's offer, because it's International Pest Awareness Day, an absolute free offer to all of you. You send us your piping layout of your customer's house, but please send it in AutoCAD or PDF, and we will make you the piping drawing, like you see in this photograph. How many junction boxes, pipes, etc. We will make a piping drawing and send it to you. Give us 1 or 2 days depending on the size of the layout. But if any architect or builder requires this kind of a layout, we will be happy to make it for you. I'll just cover some frequently asked questions. One, which option is better? Should we install in the soil or over the PCC or under the tile? So we have found that both installations work well. If the customer is planned in advance, it's always better to install in soil, and then you can keep treating the soil again and again. But if you miss that stage, then don't hesitate. You can do it under the tiles. Plus, every floor above the ground floor, you will need to anyway install it under the tiles. Many of you ask us, do you need to do crossing? Do you need to have a square grid, or is it better to just install along the borders? If we install in the soil, then the pictures that we showed you and more pictures we will share, better to go with a 4x4 or that kind of a network, since it will properly treat the soil many times. But if you are just doing it on the under the tiles, then border should be sufficient, because rooms are smaller and you are covering many rooms. So you will anyway naturally put many pipes, but also make sure you cover the areas around columns or vertical members, beams, columns, so that that area doesn't get missed out. Another question we get is other floors or this. I've already answered that we recommend that you install, because in your rich experience as pest control service providers, you must have got this, benefit of seeing termites on every floor. We are only suggesting, but you actually faced it, and you had to drill those tiles or corners and skirtings and walls. So this is a way to, avoid that. But we even had recently one customer send us a photo and video of TermiPore installed on the door frame. So all around the door frame, it was very expensive wood. So the customer made a small groove in the cement in the wall all around the door frame and installed it. We have not recommended, we have not seen, we have not tried, but is happy to see that it's been taken in the spirit it should be of preventive. If we get more information on that, I'll be happy to share with you. If it's installed TermiPore, you still need to do treatment. Yes, this is an addition to that. You please follow the standards of building construction. At what distance do you need to give a junction box? Now that's a very important question. TermiPore is designed specially for installation in construction, and it is designed to have a proper flow rate. So the flow rate cannot be we cannot have the flow rate very, very high. If we give that, then your entire termicide, when you inject with the pump, everything will get over in 5 meters. Then you'll have to give a junction box every 5 meters. That is really bad. That's ridiculous. You can't do that. And if we give very far, if the flow rate is very low, you will be able to do big halls and you will be able to do the whole house with just one junction box. But that is also not right, because then the flow rate will be so less, you will not be able to inject properly or in sufficient time. So after years and years of study and going in the field and talking to pest control service providers, we have a certain range which you will see on our stickers when you get the rolls. But about 100 liters should take 20 to 30 minutes. And based on that, we have recommending that every 60 to 80 running feet of TermiPore or 20 to 30 meters, please give a junction box. So once you inject from one side, you bring out both the ends of the pipe in the junction box, and I'll show you some pictures. That time I'll explain a little more, but this is a distance. Why do we need to have every 20 to 30 meters? Because when you inject from one side, the other side, both the sides are exposed outside. So when you inject from one side, the pesticide, the termicide will come out from the other. Then you just put an end plug and it will start building the pressure and releasing the termicide. So the customer will also be happy to see that, oh, it's gone all over, right? Technically, you don't need to do it 25. You can do it 50 meters and then inject from both sides, 50 liters from left, 50 liters from right. But to show the customer that it's going all over, you can use this method. Another question we get is, what are the different sizes that we get in TermiPore? And well, the standard size is 17 mm. I will share that with you. 17 mm is the standard size green line. But a lot of times, floor space is less when you have marble and granite and you have a slab. That time we have introduced a smaller thickness, smaller size, 14 mm. The other question we get is, why are 3 different thicknesses available in this size? Well, the standard 2.5 mm thickness, green line in 17 mm and orange line in the 14 mm, they are very good. But a lot of customers ask and want us to make special high thickness pipe, because high thickness would mean higher weight bearing. It would also mean more consistency. Next question is, how much termicide do you need to inject after installing TermiPore? The frequency of termite injection, I would say once in 2-3 years, but please follow the standards and of your Pest Control Association. Will TermiPore work if it or will it get blocked if we use EC or SC? We have tested in EC and SC both. We would recommend use EC, but it works in both. It doesn't get blocked. So far we have tested, but we still recommend EC. What is the size of the pump? We would recommend a 1 HP monoblock pump with a T or a release valve. See, TermiPore is so designed that if you increase the pressure, it doesn't mean that it will go, the pesticide or the termicide will go far. No, it will still go about 100 feet only. Only thing is the holes will open up more and it will release the termiticide more and faster. So instead of injecting in 20 minutes, you will finish in 10 minutes. So bigger pump does not help. So you can use a 1 HP, you can provide a release valve, you can use a battery operated sprayer. But there are many videos, and when you write to us, we'll be happy to send this to you. How long should it take? It should take 20 to 30 minutes to inject 100 liters. A lot of you might want to finish your work faster and say, oh, it should take only 10 minutes. Well, it should. And if you need high flow pipes, write to us, or when you place your order, please mention we need very high flow pipes, which is not recommended. Please understand, we don't recommend any deviation from the standard flow rates. But for any particular applications, if you need, please write to us and we'll help you. Frequency of injecting depends on your details. What is the life of TermiPore? We say about 30 to 50 years. We have tested for extreme outdoor weather. We had only 10% reduction in tensile and elongation. So we would say it's going to last that long. But also the pipes which come out of the box, and I'll show you some photographs, they also need to last. Now there's a solution for that. These are some of the installation pictures. See these. We make these sample sheets as well, where you can share them with your customers. A lot more pictures are on YouTube and our website. These are the 3 standard sizes, and I was sharing with you the standard green line. Works in all applications. This is a higher thickness premium product, right? Where higher thickness would mean more weight bearing and more uniform flow along the length of the pipe. Yeah. And third is where there is less space. The less space. So these are the 3 sizes. You will get technical data sheets. These are some of the accessories. Now, one important point to remember, which I'll share, why do we have a brass nipple here? It's not something we manufacture. It's the only product along with the white fixing hook, which we also get it made outside. But when the TermiPore pipe goes inside the cement or inside the building, it lasts for 50 years. However, when it comes outside the junction box and it's exposed for 15, 20 years, it might get hard and start breaking when you are going to start injecting. I'm not saying it will, but it's a possibility. We don't know anything about 25 years later. So we recommend that for your premium customers, you can always use brass nipples, and your brass nipples, when they come out, I will just go to jump 1 or 2. Yes. So this is what you see. So the brass nipples will come out in the junction box, and the brass nipples will be permanently good. For 50 years, if you're giving a guarantee for 50 years, or you are assuring your customer the pipe lasts for 50 years, then you need to also ensure that your injecting system lasts for 50 years. And if you look closely at the junction box, you can see some small brass inserts also. The junction box we give, they are not plastic threads. We have brass inserts, so the box can be opened and closed. We provide them with, SS304 screws. This is our kit. A lot of you might be new or might be not sure which site will require how many accessories. Don't worry, we have a ready-to-use kit. In this kit, you get all the accessories needed. You don't need to have separate packing or anything. Just order a kit. The kit comes in a ready bag. Take the whole kit to site. Is everything that is required. Everything required you will get. And if you want to buy a premium kit with brass nipples, you can buy that. We have an e-commerce website on which you can place an order, but you can also write to us, and all this information is available on our website as well, TermiPore.com. We have 3 things we say that if any of you wants to check, on every single roll, you will find a QR code. You will find the brand logo TermiPore. You will find a quality reading on every single roll. You will find the TermiPore brand, and you will find the QR code. When you click on the QR code, you scan the QR code, it will take you to our website informing you whether it's a genuine TermiPore product or not. When you do these three things, you are sure that you're using a reputed, quality check, tested product backed by a 15-year-old expertise in manufacturing this product. This is what I was sharing with you earlier. How to inject, very easy, very fast. You can use a half or 1 HP. You can also use a portable battery, right? Injection is junction box, open it, connect, and yeah, this you'll start seeing the level going down. If your distance between is very long and you're not getting the termicide back through the other outlet, you can please inject 50% from the other side. It will take about 15 to 20 minutes depending on the team, right? A lot of this information is on our website, the brochures, just sharing the brochures with you. Very quick recap. Your clients can get a very, very long peace of mind, proven technology, tested, reputed brand, and strong technical support, ready to use accessories, DIY kit available all across your own e-commerce website, right? Quick recap. Please contact us on so many options are there. You can contact us. I will, depending on the time and the questions, we will share one more presentation of basics of installation of TermiPore, and I'll just need a short few seconds break while we do that. Thank you very much, and let's just go back to the seminar. So we'll go through the brief details of the Q&A. In the meantime, let me see if there are more questions related to installation, and if so, we'll just share those as well. There was a question initially, so let me just quickly share. Just taking you quickly through a installation presentation, how to install. You can do it before, during, and after construction in a crisscross pattern. This is our own office and plant. So some pictures basically that I'm sharing with you. You can do this on the periphery as well. Take a thin groove about 1 inch, right? Lay the pipe in the groove and ensure that you put sand above and below the pipe. As you can see in this photograph, make sure that it is there and just prevent any direct. Make sure that your boxes are, keep TermiPore concealed. Place a junction box at every 30 to 40 meters of pipe. Use a 1 HP pump. Fixing units are not too tight. Do not allow direct cement, concrete. Yes, please. TermiPore, try and avoid coming it out on the junction box. Use a plain plastic pipe, which is also part of our kit. We already do not dissolve powder-based herbicide, but suspension concentrate, it sometimes works, not a problem. You can do it in many ways. Now, you might want to spend, I'll let this slide be there for a few seconds, because there are many ways to install. And this is the very, very simple, basic way, number one. Number two is a little more advanced, where you are taking crisscross lines. And number three is essentially going and covering the entire area. So these are, you don't need to cover the middle part, but depends. If it's soil, please cover the middle as well. Send us your details and we will be happy to send us the PDF or AutoCAD of the site. And we will be happy to work with you on that. Right. I'll just go through some comments. Somebody is asking pipe. So if there might be in question answer, we'll change some language. पाइप डालने का सही तरीका क्या है? 4 या 5 चीजें, एक हर 25 से 30 मीटर पे एक बॉक्स दीजिए, एक तरफ से दवाई डालेंगे, घूम के दूसरी तरफ से आएगी, उसके बाद उसको आप बंद कर दीजिए, तो फिर सब जगह दिखेगा। उसको ऊपर या नीचे सीमेंट को डायरेक्ट मत होनी चाहिए, रेत की थोड़ी सी परत डालिए हल्की सी, और जब भी आप टाइल लगाओ या ऊपर प्लास्टर करो, सीमेंट करो, उससे पहले एक बार टेस्ट कर दीजिए उसको। जहां भी उसको बेंडिंग करना है, राइट एंगल बेंडिंग करना है इस तरह से, तो आप उसको एल्बो यूज कीजिए। Next question, show the screen. Voice is correct. Pipe installation, our marketing numbers are available. Installation YouTube is also available. We have registered. Sankana, do we have the registration details of everybody when they have registered on the email ID?
Yes, sir. We have email ID. Everybody.
Yes. So on the email ID, we'll send some links which is specifically for installation videos. Right. So we'll send you on your email ID when you register. Let me check if there is any technical. A lot of questions about maximum distance for each pipeline, 80 to 100 feet between each box. Yes, what is PCC? PCC is basically your cement plaster, which is under the, I mean, what the cement under the tile is called PCC, but that's the plain cement concrete. A lot of things have been answered about the soil. Why is it there? What is the desired distance for grid installation? 4 feet between the two pipes. What about installation method which includes a pressure rated pipe out of which other smaller pipes emerge made of porous pipe? That system works, but many customers and architects avoid it because of cost reasons. Somebody said you can call you for a query. Yes, please, you feel free to call me. If you need any information, you want us to talk to the builder, the project, the architect, we will be happy to talk. A lot of customers are asking if, in their country you have a distributor. I will not answer these details right now. Please, Gangana, note down the name or the email ID from where this has come and we'll reply to them. Junction box कितने मीटर पर लगाना सही होता है? 25 से 30 मीटर. For post construction, you have to install on the periphery and again 25 meters. You mentioned that TermiPore can be placed in RCC. No, sir. Please, sir, the concerned person, we are not saying that put TermiPore in RCC. I was only showing you a video that even in RCC, TermiPore does not block. But please have soil or sand above and below TermiPore. What will be the charge for service? Well, our service of making the piping layout is free. How much you charge your customers is market to market. This is not a commercial platform, so we will not discuss that. 8,000 square feet, mein how many junction board? Normally, we find 4 junction boards are required for 1,000 square feet floor area, at least 4. So accordingly, if you have 8,000 square feet of floor area, you will need 8 into 432, ideally. But like I was explaining, and because the question is Hindi, I will shift to Hindi. लेकिन अगर आपका जंक्शन बॉक्स जगाने की जगह नहीं है, इतनी बड़ा सा हॉल है, तो आप 50 मीटर पे भी जंक्शन बॉक्स लगा सकते हैं, बट आपका जो इंजेक्शन होगा वो आधा लेफ्ट और आधा राइट दोनों पाइप से होगा, एक से एक के बाद एक, क्योंकि पूरे में घूम के दवाई वापस शायद ना आए. So junction box, if your hall size is big, doesn't allow junction box at 50 meters, feel free to put it at 100 meters also, but you will need to inject herbicide from 2 sides. So yes, that is this our questions. No, any more questions? Is porous pipe test pass ESCR? Then why need to put brass nipple? Okay. Point 1, I don't know if porous pipe passes. I don't think, because when we make for irrigation, that is different pipe that we have not tested for ESCR. Is not made for underground check testing. TermiPore, does it pass ESCR? Yes, TermiPore has passed ESCR. After also, why do you have to put brass nipples? The question is, because we know that it lasts for 10 years, 15 years, there is no cracking. But after 25 years, if something happens, it's a sponge material at some point. It might crack. It's a thermoplastic polymer blend. So if it cracks, even a metal rod will start rusting after 25 years. Right? If a metal rod is coming out, it will start rusting. So that is why as a extra thing for the premium customer. That's all. Which is better to install before bed concrete or after bed concrete? Ideally, I would say before, but at the end of it, if it's already done, then you can also do it. Also basements, you can do it at 2 levels. In the basement, you can do it at the soil and then again on the basement cement level. Can the junction box remain on the ground floor if the installation on the basement? Yes. If the installation on the basement, the junction box can be a ground floor or a little above that. But the vertical pipe going from the floor till the basement, that you use the plain pipe that comes with our kit. Okay, don't use TermiPore because that vertical pipe, no point in wasting the termicide. Even if you use TermiPore, that's not a problem. But you can use a cheaper PVC pipe as well. And yes, you can take the line from the junction box to the floor and then you just take the TermiPore line from that. Lot of phone numbers, questions. Yes, you've answered. Price for 19 mm pipe. Please send your number and Zankana will revert for the price. That is not a problem. Somebody's asking a price and we'll note down those things. Somebody has raised the hand. Would request you to please post a question. So yes, how deep should the pipe go? The pipe doesn't need to go very deep. It needs to be about 3 inches in the soil. That's enough, 2-3 inches. And if you are on the cement or in the flooring under the tile, then you just need about ½ an inch of sand below and ½ an inch of sand above the pipe. That's all. You don't need to go very deep. इतना deep नहीं जाना है. ½ इंच ऊपर, ½ इंच नीचे. और मिट्टी है तो आप उसको 2 इंच मिट्टी में डालिए. सीमेंट है तो ½ इंच रेत ऊपर और ½ इंच रेत नीचे. सिर्फ डायरेक्ट सीमेंट ना लगे, हम उसी का कोशिश करते हैं. Just send us your number. Yes, Zankana can TermiPore be joined with PPR? Yes, PPR pipe के साथ you can join with PPR. Make sure your jointers are tight. If required, use a cable tie to tie the PPR and TermiPore very tight. So looks like we have quite a few people who have had their questions answered. We have 4 minutes more. अगर और कोई question है, otherwise I'll just type our marketing team, our technical marketing team's number 6359292525. Yeah, please contact them. We'll be happy to assist any way which we can. अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट आ रहा है बड़ा आपका और आप चाहते हो कि हम इस तरह का शेयरिंग करें, टेक्निकल सेमिनार करें या बिल्डर्स के साथ करें, आपके अपने 2, 5, 10, 15 बिल्डर हैं और आप उनके लिए करना चाहते हो, क्लाइंट्स के लिए, we can do that technical seminar. That is possible. ऐसा नहीं है कि हम लोग ने ऑर्गेनाइज किया है. If anybody wishes that, okay, you have 15 builders, 10 builders and architects that you want a small mini seminar for them for ½ an hour, we can do it like this virtually anytime. And any areas that we have missed out, please let us know. We'll be happy to get your feedback. Please send your feedback how we can improve our next seminar and make it more interactive, more interesting with anything that we have missed out. But also, like I said, if you have a client base and you need us to do it for them, we'll be more than happy to do it. Either this or we will also join. You can do your Zoom. You want your Zoom own ID and you want me to be a part of that Zoom meeting, I can join in that also. Yes, we will try and upload. Somebody has requested, please upload this video on YouTube. Yes, we'll try and do that. Upload this on YouTube with a little bit of editing wherever there are some errors or problems. We'll try and upload that on YouTube as well. So thank you everybody for joining. I know it's a significant day, a very important day for all of us in this industry. And I thank you for your time and your patience. Our contact details are available for any questions anytime in the future, whether in general or any particular specific site related. Please do contact us, and thank you for joining. Have a wonderful evening.